Kia ora, New Zealand. Welcome to Sweet Chain Live. My name is Matt Drake. This is episode 102B. We've made it this far. In fact, we've made it as far as moving day at Christchurch's South Island Champs. It's been an absolute scorcher of a day, 33 degrees plus. It's been a scorcher of the day on the course as well. Let's dive straight into the results. And you can see in the MPO field, Jaden Watkinson has put in a solid 6 under par to take a 2-shot lead over Winnow teammate Joe's Berry. Ethan Stout shoots a solid 5 under par to keep himself in third, and Maverick Robinson, who we'll have a little bit later on in the show, climbs into the lead card with an 8 under par. A little bit further down, Phil Botter, Dan Frost, and Andrew Poppen and Brady Cush make up your chase card for tomorrow. Levi Stout had a good round today with 5 under par, pushing himself up the rankings. Conor McKinstry, unfortunately, slipped back from his lead card down to tied 11th place. Some incredible play today in the MPO division. If you weren't around in Christchurch to see it, then you can see the final final day of coverage tomorrow. Hopping over to the FPO field, Hayley Flintoff's lead has been cut by 2 shots by Echo Lee. She's 17 over par compared to Echo's 19, and Michelle is just a shot back. So that division has really tightened up thanks to today's results, and I expect that to go even further tomorrow. Over in MP40, Mikey Yu did enough today to get himself into a commanding lead with a 3-shot lead over Mario and Joe Fish-Seebeck. You have to scroll pretty far down to find my name. Anyway, less said about that, the better. Apologies, actually, at this point. If you can hear any background noise, there's a little bit of a party going on. We're actually going to dive into the party very shortly after we've done some of the results. So stay tuned and look out for some special guests that we're going to have on a bit later on. Over in MA1, Ben Kroll keeps his lead at the top, 985, rated 4 under par, with Durand Caldicott trying to catch onto his coattails. A very respectable 958 rated round today. Jack Maffey and George Moss putting in notable performances to push themselves up onto the lead card for tomorrow. Over in FA1, Megan Merrick takes advantage today, and Helena Walker also pushes herself up, tied with Amy Whitmore. That's going to be very close going into the final day tomorrow, and I expect that to be quite a exciting finish between the 3 of them. Across to MA40, Barry Van Beek and Stuart Gilchrist will be deciding who the winner is in MA40, most likely, having a 5 and 6 shot lead over the rest of the field, respectively. Bryce Kennedy and David Rose will round out their lead card. Over on FA40, Nicola Stout looks like she's got a commanding lead over Kath Headley, 9 shots, and then quite a comfortable gap to Tina Himmel. Over in MA50, Gregor Brosnahan's 2 shots clear of Chris Van Rensburg, thanks to a 924 3 under par today. Andrew Faulkner and Chris Davies will make up the rest of the lead card there. Across to MA60, and John Rushworth is leading the field. Donald Booth has done somewhat to catch up. If you can do the same again, it'll be very tight in that division. Over in MA2, we've got Campbell Brown and Dwayne Fisher on 19 under par and 16 under par, respectively. 991 rated, and you're shooting in MA2. 991 in MA2. I'll let you make up your own mind as to your feelings on that. Elliot Faulkner in 3rd place, and Jason Mallion, by virtue of the hottest score, will round out the lead card tomorrow in MA1. Across to FA2, and it's Hannah Rushworth who keeps hold of the lead over Chelsea Pryor, despite losing 3 shots today. But I expect that one to go down to the wire as we see 2 ladies battling out just 1 shot difference. Over in MA3, it's Hinari Nukunuku who puts in a very respectable 6 under par, 957 rated, to take the lead over Finn Seeds, who's just 2 shots back. Over to the juniors, and it's Eli LaRue who hits a 4 under par to tie the lead with Isaiah Winetti. 935 and 924 rated is good shooting for the under 18s. Over to the under 15s, and it's Jay Taifunga. Has cooled off a little bit since yesterday's red hot round, but he still maintains a commanding lead of 7 shots. in the MJ15 division. And in the FJ15 division, Alison Tweedy has extended her lead, and I would fully expect if she can shoot 835 again to maintain that and hang on to the win. So, some very interesting happenings going on today, and some very, very interesting stories going on. We saw Levi Stout pushing, and if he can put together another 994 rated round, then you could find him in the top 6 or top 5 come tomorrow. But it's really, for me, going to be a battle of the top 3. Who can take it out? There's 3 shots separating the top 3 between Jay Watkinson, Joe Berry, and Ethan Stout. After that, if anybody's going to challenge those 3, they've really got to put a hot round together, probably looking at double digits for anybody in the top 8 to put together a winning performance here. And yeah, so it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. We've had moving day today, which has thrown up a whole load of surprises. But what I'm keen to do now is I'm keen to go around and have a chat to some of the people involved in some of those stories from today. So let me see if this works, because it's the first time we've done this, actually. So bear with me as we... Hopefully not anymore, and hopefully you can hear me. If you're in the comments and you can't hear me, then let me know, but I think I probably can be heard. Right, so let's see if we can find some people to talk to. Ah, here's somebody we can talk to right now. Simon. Simon, sorry, you've got a mouthful of food, but so joining me tonight is Simon Feely. Obviously, a lot of you know him. He's been playing today. Sorry,
where's the camera?
The camera is here. The camera is here, right there. That's
okay.
it. That's it. So look into this right hand side. That's the one. How was your round today? How did you feel about how today went?
I felt good. I felt really good because some of you might know I've had a little bit of a shoulder injury and I've been struggling a bit. I've pulled out a few tournaments and I've been doing physio, and it's been just I've been trying to measure and play within myself.
Yeah.
And so today my expectation was pretty low, if I've got to be honest. My shoulder was sore. I just wanted to complete the round. I didn't want to feel like I had to, like it was too sore that I had to pull out. So I got through it, and I actually finished with a birdie, and I just came off feeling right on.
You did. I was fortunate enough to follow your card for the majority of it, actually. And it seemed like when you got to hole 18, you were almost holding something back because you knew you had a big drive on the tee of hole 18 in order to put yourself into to make that birdie.
Yeah.
Is that what was happening?
It was a little bit, because 17 and 18 are really tough holes. And I wanted to, I had in my mind I was going to throw 2 D-walkers down 17.
Yeah.
I felt like took the chance like a birdie 17. So I was still thinking I could score. And as it turned out, I was crazy deep drive on 17, but on 18, I knew I'd accomplished my goal was to complete a round. I just had to throw one more drive.
Yeah,
and so I just let loose.
And that's what it looked like. It's fantastic to see, because you landed in exactly the right spot, and you had a relatively routine upshot.
Exactly upshot.
That's right.
On a long hole. Managed to make a nice putt. So
excellent.
I walked off feeling good. I only shot even harder, which is obviously disappointing in terms of the score. But like I said, low expectation. Felt good.
So what's the goal for tomorrow then?
Again, first thing, finish the round.
Finish the round, yeah.
And well, there's lots of biddies out there. I genuinely believe even if I could cut out the bogeys, I had 4 or 5. Bogeys, 4 bogeys, I think, and 4 OBs. So try and mitigate those. Pick up a couple more of the birdies. My putting confidence has been quite low. It's been windy and nothing really go.
That wind really picked up in the afternoon. Did you notice? Was there a real noticeable difference between the afternoon and the morning play? Because you obviously played in the morning on the first day.
No, I wasn't. I didn't play in the afternoon.
Oh, you're one of the later cards in FPO.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty similar conditions for both days.
Windier today. Absolutely windier today.
Windier today. Yeah. Okay.
And they've got some tricky little pin placements that
they do. And a lot of OB that kind of creeps in when you don't expect it to.
Well, this is it. A lot of the OB I didn't even I didn't really think was in play, but because of the extra wind today, I changed my disc and I found a lot of them.
Yeah.
So
excellent. Well, look, best of luck tomorrow.
Hopefully it's a good round, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Cheers. Excellent. Right, let's see who else I can find. Oh, there's somebody here who we'd like to talk to. I'm joined now, Sebastian. Sebastian is one of the
Stand up.
Let's get ourselves and I won't fall over. Excellent stuff. Sebastian, you played today. How do you feel it went?
I feel it went worse than it's gonna be tomorrow.
What, really? Okay, what makes you say that?
Because it was not great today. I had a lot of mistakes, nothing in particular. So I want to get a good sleep tonight, and then tomorrow's gonna be way better.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, nothing in particular I want to work on. Just get a good sleep, stay focused, and come out firing tomorrow.
Does the fact that it's the final round change your approach to your game, some of the shots you might play?
Probably not. I'm just trying to birdie as many holes as physically possible, regardless of what round it is. You know, within reason, still trying to play smart. So no, not too much. It just adds that extra little ounce of pressure. It's going to help me stay focused and play better come down the stretch.
So what strengths do you think that you have on this course that can mean that you can make a push tomorrow?
I think being able to throw far is useful in the fact that because I can throw further, like I don't think you need to throw super far for this course, but because I can throw far, I can throw like 110 a lot smoother and easier than maybe some other people who aren't able to throw quite as far. So even if I'm not going max distance, those shorter shots I can really dial back on and still get that distance that I need. To help me stay in bounds, stay in position for birdie.
Fantastic. Well, very best of luck for tomorrow. We'll be following your all the action tomorrow, and yeah, very best of luck. Cool. See you soon. Thank you. Right. We're going to head outside. Actually, see what's going on outside. It's a bit dark here in Christchurch. This is where the party's going on, so this is where it is. So let's see who we can find to talk to. Here's the man. Here's the man himself. Avery.
Here you go.
Here we go. Good evening. Let me get the camera in the right place. How are you after today?
Enjoying myself.
Enjoying.
I'll tell you that. I was enjoying myself yesterday, even like the 3 days before that, and still enjoying myself 5 days in.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. That's what we want. You've played in a lot of tournaments. When it comes to the moving day, particularly the middle day of a tournament, what do you find is different about the way in which you approach the day compared to perhaps the first round or the final round?
Yeah, absolutely. It really depends on where you're at. Obviously, lead card is a different kind of play. Chase card, second card has a different kind of play.
Yeah.
And knowing that you got to shoot solid but consistent, you watch the other cards kind of around you. When the wind kicks up and they're being effective, when the heat is up today, obviously, that affects a lot of players. So, you know, being in position in those, top couple cards, that's where you establish your, your presence going into the final round and trying to get on a lead card.
Are you someone who follows the scores as you go along? Do you know exactly where you are in comparison to the field, or do you put the phone away, earphones in, and pretend the world doesn't exist?
So one thing I've learned over the years is really trying to separate yourself to, try to be oblivious to it all.
Yeah.
Play each shot for shot, each hole for hole.
Yeah.
And I try not to get sidetracked. I know if I'm playing good, I know I'm playing average, I know I'm playing bad, but I try not to let the scores affect too much of my play.
I see.
The final round's really when you're paying attention to the scores, knowing where you're at comparative to the rest of the, your teammates and fellow card mates. That's where you know where you're at comparative if you are playing for the win.
Yeah.
Myself, I played a little better today than I did yesterday. And I feel good about it. There's so much opportunity out there. I missed, I feel like 6 birdie putts out there, which could have been a bit difference of me making, possibly chase card, a lead card, depending on how I shot today. So
what are you looking forward to most about tomorrow?
Just letting loose on some shots, capitalizing on some mistakes that I made the previous couple of days. And there's so many really good scoreable par threes out there. Getting the par 4s, getting the par 5, and then obviously scoring on the par 3s. Really challenging out here, but it's been a blast. It's really great to see the uptick of activity in disc golf in New Zealand. Just the presence, 250 players out there, and I'm going to say maybe 150, 200 spectators out there today.
Yeah, absolutely.
The golf course is happy, the tournament's happy, and it's just a great tournament feel all around.
I have to say, I think in particular this course, the final 2 holes and to a degree, the third from last hole as well, but particularly the final 2 are great score separators.
Absolutely.
And so what we could find, if you're in Christchurch now and you're thinking about coming down to watch, but you're a little bit, maybe I shouldn't, absolutely come down and watch that lead card for the last couple of holes at least, right? Because scores could change. People could find themselves in positions they never thought that they find themselves in based on those last 2 holes, right?
So agreed. Zach did a great job of having those final 2 holes, 17 and 18.
Yeah.
There's lots of OB. There's lots of challenge. They can both be 3'd, but you can take 6s on those holes just as
And
easy.
7s.
And it can happen. So he did a great job of having the harder holes down the stretch, 17 being a separator, 18 being an island hole and a separator. You're going to want to have a comfortable lead going into those holes.
Oh, totally.
If not, you're going to be kind of battling the rest of the field on it.
Absolutely.
Loving it, though.
Excellent. Okay. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. Have a lovely rest of the evening. And
Appreciate it.
we'll catch you again soon.
Enjoy your night. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Right. Let's have a look who we're going to go to now. Let's see if we can join Connor.
Birthday boy.
Okay, birthday boy indeed. We found it. We found this out like what? We found this out like what? Half an hour ago, maybe an hour ago.
That's what it is. 25.
It's
Take it.
Connor is 35 years old this evening. Sorry, 25. 25 years old this evening.
I would take 5 years to master, sir. I would. I'd happily take that.
Very good. Look, it's been a bit, perhaps a round that you would prefer to forget today.
Absolutely.
What do you do from now, looking forward, to bounce back and put in something tomorrow that you can be proud of?
I mean, look, I was stoked up day 1, first position tied, but my goal coming in this morning was a top 5 position.
Yeah.
And I'm bad round today, get it. But it happens. I'm 2 shots off fifth.
Yeah.
So my goal going into tomorrow is play well. Hopefully move myself up the leaderboard. I'm happy with a 5th or a 4th. Better the score. You know, I'll be happy. But
Yeah.
progress, move the way up.
Move the way up. Move the way up.
Absolutely.
Is there anything about today that you think, do you know what, that was just today, you know? Or is it anything systemic, do you think, that actually needs a change?
Absolutely not. So yesterday when I shot well, I went in the tournament feeling a little bit nervous and a little bit like everything wasn't working. This morning, woke up, everything felt fine.
Right.
I was throwing well, I was putting around the warm-ups.
Yeah.
And then I hit the course and just nothing clicked. I don't know what to do, but nothing clicked. Shots were hitting early trees, you know, just one of those rounds.
Yeah.
It was average, went in a hole 17 triple bogey, but that's how you go sometimes.
Put it
Right?
behind you, move on, eh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's how I'm feeling. I think tomorrow morning, get in, get a good early warm-up, and I think I'm going to creep my way up in the top 5 again.
Excellent. Well, very best of luck. We hope
Thank
you
you
do
very
that
much,
tomorrow.
mate.
Excellent. Cheers,
Cheers,
Connor.
guys.
Right, who are we going to speak to next? We're going to speak to this man next. He might, he's looking at me like he might not want to, but I do want to speak to him, if that's okay. So, good evening. I'm now joined by the NZDG tournament director and organizer / tournament director of the Southern Smash, Bray Marsden, right?
Yes.
So my first question is, this has been, I think one of the comments I heard today was the vibe at this tournament is different to some of the other tournaments we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
What do you think are some of the things that you can pick out from this tournament that you're going to take to nationals to make nationals as, if not more special?
Gazebos.
Yeah, is that it? Is that the shade? Is it?
The gazebos and marquees.
Yeah.
I feel like the vibe that whoever said that's probably right. The vibe is different around this event. It feels important.
Mm.
It feels important. It feels serious. It feels like a major should.
Yeah.
And it feels professional. It feels good.
But maybe the gazebos is an example of the little touches,
It's the little things.
the little things that made the big difference, that add up over the course of the tournament day.
Yeah.
That if you spent far longer under a gazebo than you might otherwise have done, you're less heat exhausted. You've shot a better round probably, and you're in a position where you're going, actually, then this is better, right? So
it's even the vendors. Like, seeing multiple vendors in the same spot.
Yep.
Like the cohesion.
Yeah.
A bit of unity and stuff too. Like it's just.
that's been fantastic. And actually,
Yeah,
if you
good.
if you're in Christchurch and you're wondering what the hell's going on, come down, because there is a little village. It's almost a little town.
It feels like a little
vendors.
village. Yep.
You can get some food there. You can pop into the clubhouse and grab yourself a drink. You can go and buy yourself you can buy some iced coffee. You can buy some drinks. You can buy some discs. There's several disc retailers down there.
Ripsack,
You can't buy
all the chalk bags have gone.
all the chalk bags have gone. So if you've got a chalk bag for sale, maybe that's something that
Hot market
maybe you
chalk
can make
bags.
use it. Indeed, excellent. So look, anything going in tomorrow for yourself personally that you'd like to see?
I'm just going to keep having some fun and try not injure myself again like I was a couple of weeks ago, and hopefully make some putts.
Hopefully make some putts. Excellent.
Been a long time coming to make a putt. So.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Ray. We'll be back. Excellent. Right. Let's see who else we can talk to. There's a few people that I do wanted to make sure I catch. I think they may have gone. Inside. But let's see if we can just catch somebody here. Here's someone I do want to talk to. I'll just wait for you because he's in the middle of a conversation. Just wait until it's finished. But yeah, we've had a lot of overseas players playing this tournament. Obviously, we've had Avery, who you've heard from, Maverick Robertson, who's joining in from Dismay, who we'll talk to very shortly. We've also got Nate Perkins as well, who we're going to come to very shortly, just in the middle of the conversation right now. But whilst we're there, Ben, can I borrow you for 2 minutes?
Sure can.
Ben, how's it going? How are you? And how do you feel about this tournament?
I mean, yesterday was pretty slow, but still kind of had a few birdies and an eagle and a few bogeys to unfortunately finish.
Yeah.
And then today, similar again, a few bogeys to start, and then a few birdies in the middle, and then a few big numbers at the end. So yeah. I think with the heat and the not even long rounds, with the heat and a few backups near the end, it's kind of hard to, keep pushing, and kind of lost focus a bit. And
how do you deal with that? Because if you're in a rhythm, you're playing hole after hole, and then you get to a backup where there's maybe 3 or 4 cards there, which we saw on hole 17, particularly for your card at the time you got there. What have you got to do differently?
I don't know. I think when you're sitting there at the backup, just sit down and have a chat to your card mates, have a chat to who's there, and just take your mind off things. But as soon as you see that card in front of you move down the fairway, maybe get back up, have a stretch. I think what happened today was I sat down for 10 minutes, and then my group said, "Hey, let's play the hole." And I got out of my seat and I stood up and grabbed my disc, and was a bit sort of lost the plot a bit, and went in through OB straight away. You've definitely got to chill out and have a chat to your card mates, but also stay present in what you're doing. So it was tomorrow. My plan was cash. Yeah. So I was 15th highest rated in the tournament. I think they're paying down to 15th. So I'm 1 shot off cash right now. So if I could, I don't know, shoot under par, maybe 4 or 5 under, and secure that, I'd be happy.
You're not far off the cash line. So that's the target for you to reach tomorrow.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, look, very best of luck tomorrow. Hope it goes well. And we'll catch you up soon. Okay, cheers, man. Excellent. Right, let's see if there's any more people we can talk to. I think he might be free now. Nate.
I'm going to grab a beer real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course. We'll find someone else to talk to in the meantime. Just going to grab a beer. So we'll be there in a second. Excellent. Who else is good to talk to? Sorry? Is Jaden someone who actually we'll whilst we're here, we'll quickly grab the line. Leon, this is your house. It is. You've got a lot of people here tonight. I do. How's your day been? You've not been playing?
Hot and busy.
Hot and busy.
Hot and busy.
Is that going to change tomorrow?
No.
No? Excellent. Okay.
Attention to detail. Make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Any issues, get them resolved quickly.
Yeah.
And just make sure that everybody has a good time.
Excellent. What's your highlight been of the tournament so far?
Highlight of the tour so far is the comments about the tour itself, saying that it just has a different feel. And that folks they're just loving it, as opposed to other comps they've been to, which I think speaks volumes about Christchurch Disc Golf Committee and what they've pulled off here. They've really, I mean, that's a first timer. Even Avery has commented on it, just saying for a first time event, brilliant.
Yeah.
So that was my highlight, to actually hear him come out and kind of confirm what we knew already.
Yeah.
It's kind of
fantastic. Excellent. We'll have a lovely rest of the night.
Thanks, Nate.
Right, I think Nate might be free. I saw him putting out where he was. So let's see if he's available. It's very busy around here right now. We'll see if we can find him. See if we can grab some light while we're here. Well, yeah, inside or in the maybe inside might be slightly better. Yeah, yeah, excellent. There we go.
Perfect.
Nate, great to have you in New Zealand.
Oh, we're live. Cool.
We are
Great.
live to the world right now.
Absolutely.
It's great to have you in New Zealand.
Cool.
You've been here for how long?
This is my 4th full day.
4th full day, and your 2nd full day of playing a tournament.
That's right.
Yeah. So you landed, you've maybe acclimatized to the time zone, and you straight into the disc golf.
Yep, straight into the disc golf. Yep. It was. It just worked out that way with the flights from America. Just like, you know, it was cheaper to come later. I would love to have more time to practice, but yeah, I'm just you know, kind of pinching myself. I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to come to New Zealand.
So you're playing nationals in about 4 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Down in Invercargill. Yeah. What have you got planned between now and nationals? Because 4 weeks' time, that'll fly by. What are you doing?
You know, I don't have really much of an itinerary, because the way I like to travel is I just like to just kind of go where the wind carries me.
Yeah.
I am gonna work with MDG Media, more disc golf out of Belgium a little bit, and try and help them get some content. And I'm gonna help RPM. I've known Simon Feasy, but I've recently become really good friends with him, and so I'm gonna try and help RPM with their marketing with MDG, and then I'm gonna just go check out some mountains and the rivers, and maybe do like a jump or two, and maybe go free diving with Jay off the coast of Christchurch. So
fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. You're gonna have a great time.
Yeah,
it'll be absolutely fantastic. Now, turning to the disc golf play, you've played. This is your first time in New Zealand.
It is.
So you've played 2 rounds now. Any differences between the New Zealand tournament setup, play style, anything that you've noticed that's particularly noteworthy, that's different to what you're used to?
Well, you know, what really kind of sticks out is there's a really healthy mix of how casual people are, but yet how serious they still are about the game.
Right.
So, for example, in Finland, I love disc golf in Finland, but sometimes they're overly serious, and it's not their really mission to connect with people. But here, the Kiwis, they're serious about the game, but they also want to connect with the people around them. And they're friendly. And 2 of the rounds I played were 2 of the fastest rounds I've ever played. So I don't know if that says it's not much data to go from, but super smooth tournament so far.
Yeah. Excellent. And so you've got. Are you playing any other events, or will you just be sort of picking up disc golf courses as you go on your travels?
I'll play some courses. Yeah, but just the nationals in Invercargill. At the end of the month, and then I might stay, but I'm scheduled to work on the Disc Golf Network, so I might go back to the U.S. and work on that.
Excellent.
It's a good gig.
Excellent. Well, look, it's great to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers. Right. Let's go. I think we're just going to talk to one final person tonight, and then we'll be on our way.
Leon Boder.
Leon Boder, everyone. Good evening, Morgan. How are you? How are you this evening?
Good, man. It's been a long few days here, but I'm really good.
Yeah. And look, so Generation Disc Golf, you've got a whole calendar of events coming up. We do. Obviously, a lot of the news and talk has been about the majors at the moment, but you've got a few events yourself.
Yeah, we've probably still got another 3. We're just trying to work into the calendar because obviously with all the majors and all these big tournaments, it's a bit of a squeeze. Yeah, so we're trying to work out what's going to be best for everyone timing wise. So those dates will be coming if you're watching and you're wondering, but we just don't have them right now.
Leon mentioned that this tournament's got he's had comments about a different vibe, a different feel to it. Is that something that you would attest to as well?
I mean, the caliber is definitely up there. I don't know if it's a different vibe or a different feel. I mean, we've seen everyone's faces that's here. There's obviously a few guys from overseas, but outside of that, we all know each other. So it's same, but on a bigger scale. Sure. So if that makes sense to your question.
Yeah, I think it does. No, lovely stuff. And in terms of your own personal play, goals for tomorrow?
Goals for tomorrow, make it through 18 holes, 1 at a time.
Fantastic. So, look, very best of luck, Morgan. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, I think that more or less does it now. I think we've spoken to everybody we can, so I'm just going to transfer us
Right. Hopefully you can hear me back again. Look, that about wraps it up for tonight's show. Tomorrow it's going to be an absolute scorcher again. If you want to follow on with all the scores, then go to pga.com/live and tune into the Discmania Garden City Open for the final round. But wherever you're playing disc golf, play well, get some birdies, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Cheers.